There are many nutrients that play a part in building strong bones. Today we are going to focus on two of them, calcium and vitamin D. We will discuss some of the food sources of these nutrients, as well as the consequences of not getting enough. This program is funded by the USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, through the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services. Think of some reasons why you think it is essential to consume calcium in your diet. It is helpful to think of calcium and vitamin D as teammates. Vitamin D pulls the calcium that we eat from our digestive tract into the bloodstream and takes it where it is needed. In the muscles, calcium helps to control muscle contractions. Think about all of the muscles that need to contract to pick up a pencil or even something heavier. Your heart also needs calcium in order to produce strong contractions that pump blood throughout the body. In the bones, calcium maintains and builds strong bones throughout life. Without enough calcium and vitamin D, it is more likely that bone will fracture if bone strength decreases. Our bones are living organs. Calcium is deposited and withdrawn from bone daily. If the body removes more calcium from the bones than it replaces, they become weaker and more likely to break. Half of the adult skeleton is formed during adolescence. It is important during this time to get needed calcium and vitamin D so that the bones can store sufficient calcium for your older years. Around the age of 30, our bones are not able to store as much calcium. By the time we reach our mid-30s, bone mass begins to slowly decline. By consuming adequate calcium throughout your life, you help to prevent bone from becoming weak. If calcium intake is less than calcium being used by the body, bones may weaken, increasing the risk of fractures. What is osteoporosis? Osteoporosis is a disease which weakens bone, causing it to become brittle or fragile. The brittle bones are due to a loss of calcium. While osteoporosis happens often with older women, it can happen at any age to both men and women. Remember, it is preventable. You can prevent osteoporosis by getting the recommended amount of calcium and vitamin D, or by getting regular exercise, including weight-bearing activity. Some examples of weight-bearing activity include weightlifting, running or jogging, and jumping rope. The amount of calcium required depends on age. A 14 to 18-year-old needs 1,300 milligrams of calcium per day. Why do you think this age group needs the most calcium? The reason for this higher amount is because of the growth spurt at this age. MyPlate recommends that individuals consume 3 cups of dairy per day. Foods in the dairy group, such as yogurt, cheese, and milk, are typically high in calcium. Some examples of 1 cup serving include 1 cup of low-fat or fat-free milk, 1 cup of fortified soy beverage, 1 cup of low-fat or fat-free yogurt, 1.5 ounces of natural cheese, 2 ounces of processed cheese, 2 cups of low-fat cottage cheese. Dairy foods or products themselves can contain saturated fat, so make sure you are choosing low-fat or fat-free versions like low-fat yogurt, 1% or fat-free milk, and low-fat cheese. Choosing dairy foods that are not fat-free or low-fat or that contain added sugar, such as flavored milk or flavored yogurt, will contribute to your daily limit of calories from saturated fat and added sugars. Choose dairy foods wisely to stay within those limits. Remember, we should consume less than 10% of daily calories from saturated fat and less than 10% from added sugars. Grain products naturally lack calcium. Many cereals are now fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Read the labels to identify the serving size and amount of calcium, as this will vary between food sources. As for protein, Sources such as chicken, beef, and pork lack calcium. However, certain fish, like salmon or canned seafood, commonly have bone or crushed bone incorporated. Doing so preserves the calcium content. Beans contain some calcium as well. Some examples of protein portions that include calcium include 1 cup of baked beans, 3 ounces of canned salmon with bones, 3 ounces of canned sardines with bones, 1 cup of cooked soybeans, and half a cup of firm tofu with calcium. Fruits naturally lack calcium, but calcium-fortified orange juice and other 100% fruit juices exist. Fortified 100% juices are an excellent option for those individuals who cannot consume dairy products or dislike milk. It's important to check the food labels as amounts may vary depending on the product. Dark green vegetables such as broccoli and spinach contain calcium. Some examples of fruit and vegetable portions with calcium include 6 ounces of calcium-fortified 100% juice, 1 cup of raw broccoli, half a cup of cooked collard greens, half a cup of boiled turnip greens, and half a cup of cooked spinach. Vitamin D is needed to help the body absorb calcium in the digestive tract. It works with calcium to promote bone formation and mineralization. The recommendation for individuals age 70 and under is 15 micrograms per day of vitamin D. Vitamin D is needed significantly later in life to reduce the risk of fractures. What are some good sources of vitamin D? The easiest way to get vitamin D is by drinking milk, which is fortified with vitamin D. Other ways to get vitamin D are from fortified cereals, fortified orange juice, fortified soy beverages, cold saltwater fish such as salmon, halibut, herring, tuna, oysters, and shrimp, and multivitamin and mineral supplements. Vitamin D can also be obtained from sunlight. Vitamin D is synthesized in the skin following direct exposure to sun. 10 to 15 minutes of exposure 2 to 3 times per week may be sufficient. Certain factors, such as season, time of day, length of day, or even latitude, can affect the body's ability to make vitamin D. If you haven't noticed yet, the design of the food label has changed. The new design includes both vitamin D and calcium and lists the amounts provided in one serving as well as the percent daily value for both nutrients. Remember to read food labels to learn more about the foods you eat. What does it mean to be lactose intolerant? Do you know anyone who is lactose intolerant? Lactose intolerant means that the body cannot break down the sugar that is present in milk, which is called lactose. Non-dairy foods, such as soy milk, dark green vegetables, or fortified foods or products, are helpful to those that are lactose intolerant. The amount of dairy or lactose an individual can consume will depend on the severity of the intolerance. All dairy foods are not created equal when it comes to lactose content. Choosing smaller portions of dairy foods may help your body to better digest or handle the lactose found in food. Eating dairy in combination with meals may help to ease any discomfort as your body is working to digest the other foods as well. Choose hard cheeses or yogurt instead of milk. These foods will sometimes already contain the enzyme lactase, which is needed to digest lactose. Products such as lactose-reduced milks, soy beverages, or other fortified milk alternatives and cheeses can be a great source of calcium without the discomfort. When milk is not an option, there are foods to eat that will help an individual get both calcium and vitamin D into their daily diet. Take a look at some of the options on the slide. This is an example of a way to eat adequate amounts of calcium with 3 or more servings of dairy per day. How much calcium do you think is found in the example for a day's consumption? So how do we keep our bones strong? Both calcium-rich foods and physical activity are important. To keep your bones strong, eat a healthy diet with plenty of foods high in calcium and vitamin D. Engage in regular bone strengthening exercises as well.